What the hell was that? Indeed. Welcome to the Grizzled Geek Podcast, episode 64. I'm Mike.
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Doug.
And we're here on a Friday night with you guys, bringing you all the nerd news. We are Arizona's premier geek podcast on a Friday night. We're the one and
Are
only,
we the only one?
We're the only ones. We're it. The only ones I know of.
We're it. No one else.
Yeah. If we don't know them, they're losers.
Yes, we don't know them. They're not. Well, I don't know. We might be really someone really cool we don't know.
There might be. I don't know. I pretty much know all the cool people.
I know all the cool people. We are the cool kids. Welcome, guys. Episode 64. I want to thank everybody. Let me actually, while I'm talking, pull up my Libsyn stats so I can thank people correctly. We have...
It's nothing like being prepared.
I know. I'm like, I'm just going to rattle off these stats, and then I'm like, oh, I don't remember the stats, so let me pull them up here. All right. We have now hit the 10 5-star reviews on...
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know who's rating us 5 stars, but thank you. I mean, we don't deserve it, but we'll take it.
Mike may not deserve it, but
10 of them, and only one of them is me. So,
Well, that makes Doug, me, you, Shane, Heather, James, Armando.
yeah.
There's
See?
3 people out there that like us.
Sad part is we have more friends than we do 5-star reviews, so that tells you something.
it tells us that our friends are lazy.
Yes.
They need to get off their butts and start. Well, they don't even have to get off their butts.
No.
Just click a couple times.
That's right. Come on, guys. So, we've now maintained our 12 dudes in Belgium. We've lost 3 in the last 3 podcasts of our Belgium.
They were the 3 weak ones.
They were the 3 weak ones. But in the last 2 podcasts, we picked up 5 in Indonesia, 1 in India, 1 in Bangladesh.
Nice.
So we've actually gained. We just lost 3 of them out of Belgium. Because before this, it was Canada, U.S., U.K., and Belgium. That was it. And I think I know all 7 of the guys in the U.K. that are listening to it. They're all friends. But thank you guys, all our new listeners, and there are quite a few of you. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. All of you listening, and all of you coming over and listening to our advice, and coming over to the YouTube channel and checking out our YouTube videos.
Wow.
I know, because we have
It's just seeing your awesome Hulk collection.
It is. It's got to be the whole collection. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Or Ruby started back up.
Or Ruby started back.
Or...
True. I'm not gonna lie that our stats improved drastically when Ruby picked up, but and they were picking up before Ruby, so someone is listening to us, and that's pretty much why we're doing it. Me and Doug did this before when no one was listening to us, and then we found Kirsten and we kind of made her listen to us. And then we finally, if we can subject Kirsten to this and she hasn't run away, maybe other people will listen to us goob about this stuff. And we found people that do want to listen to that. So, thank you all. We have a few things here going on besides our weekly catch-up of what we've been doing this week. Because for me, mine's quick and easy. I've been working. Staying late and coming in early, so I have not had time to do much. But what about you guys? Do anything exciting? No? That was quick.
It is also my busy time at work, but I've been, playing some Star Wars. But yeah, at the end of the day, Melissa and I just kind of plunked down in front of the TV. It's been, it's the crunch time of the year for our company.
Oh,
so,
what did we finish? Oh, we finished something the other day, and I was like, "Oh, Altered Carbon season 2."
Oh, nice.
Awesome, and I'm
Yeah.
disappointed that they're not going to be doing more of that. So
I know. I love
Oh,
Anthony
really?
Mackie.
it was surprisingly good. I wasn't expecting it to finish out that good.
It was
so.
better than I thought it was going to be. I like season 1,
Mhm.
and I didn't expect much of season 2, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch it when it first came out, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. All right. It's good, folks. You heard it here first. Probably not. You probably heard it like a year ago from somebody else.
And I'm here to remind you that it is good and
We're
worth
here to
it.
remind you. Yeah, exactly. It was good.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have some fan questions. We've done our monthly clean out of all our social media stuff and the email that we check. We do. We check it more often than once a month.
I would say, and that means it's our first monthly cleanup.
Our first one. Every once in a while, I'll remember, like, oh, we got a Grizzled Geek email. I should probably go check that. Yeah. I've got a lot of people wanting to email us over the Grizzled Geek. All the way back to last year, people wanting to do our taxes for us.
Wow.
We must be pretty popular because we have 15 social media gurus willing to help us get more subscribers in our inbox. That makes me feel, I don't know about you
9
guys.
people.
Yeah, it makes me feel like, they're taking the time out to want to help us, and it makes me feel good. But we do have some questions in the middle of all that. And so I figured now would be a good time online to answer a few fan questions before we jump into it.
Let's go for it.
All right. So the first one is from Head Natty. Head Natty is the name. They want to know what's up with the knee jokes. So if you're watched our Ruby videos, we joke about Doug's knees, and the reason why, obviously you're new to watching us because back in the beginning, before we knew anything about, camera placement or anything like that, we all sat on a couch and watched
we
Ruby
know that
together.
now?
Well, we fake it really well. We bought better equipment, basically.
Yeah.
We sat on a couch and watched Ruby, and the camera was kind of set at an angle where kind of looking up at us, and the first thing prominently was Doug's knees.
Because I always wear shorts.
Yep, always wear shorts.
Even in the winter.
Me too. And so Doug's knees was the first thing anybody saw. So that's where the joke comes from, Doug's knees. So fans were actually commenting on Doug's knees back in the day. And so now we mention Doug's knees. And then the new people are like, why are they talking about this guy's knees?
I can't even see them.
I can't even see him. That is why, folks.
There's a pre-COVID. Yeah, it's a pre-COVID Easter egg.
Yeah, back when we could all see each other in person and we weren't like all
Yeah.
podcasting in underwear. I'm assuming you guys are because I am.
All I can say is that you don't want to see me stand up.
That's right. You're like. So we got our next question comes from someone named Azra Hart.
Okay.
Okay, if I butcher these, sorry guys. There's no John Smiths asking us questions,
And Mike's not very literate, so.
and I'm not very literate. So there you go. Azra Hart has a question for Kirsten. She said, "Where did Kirsten get her weebology degree?"
Well, you see, I studied at the very astute Academy of Ala Anime many years ago.
Nice. Yeah, she's basically I think that was her first appearance on the podcast. We brought you in to talk about anime, right?
Yep, that's.
Yep.
I thought you were going to say Crunchyroll U.
Crunchyroll U.
Oh, that would have been a good answer too.
My alma mater, Crunchyroll U.
I know. I was before the time of Crunchyroll. I was Kiss Anime U.
Oh wow!
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow!
There you go.
Wayback Machine.
And
All
watching
right.
anime on YouTube in many parts. Because that's how you do.
Yes. All right. Yeah, that's true. So the next question comes from Larish89. Wanted to know, was Mike painted green all over? I'm assuming it's from our Halloween episode where I was painted as the Hulk.
No, it's all the other times you've been painted.
It's all the other times I was painted green. I'm like, how does this guy know? Yeah. Well, I think some things are best left unsaid. Let's put it that way.
That's fair.
I will caveat that with I spent 2 days cleaning my chair. So you guys can take that for what it's worth. And our last question comes from Hanson Fan 97. I just got that. I just copied this in here. Wasn't even paying attention. I'm like, oh, Hanson Fan 97. Awesome. Bop. All right. Yeah. Hanson Fan asks, didn't you guys used to review comics? Kind of.
Yeah.
He's probably referring back for, what was it, 2 years ago?
Something like that, yeah.
It's like 2 years ago. We used to team up with Samurai Comics here in the Valley, and we'd go over, do a podcast from there. And they do weekly comic picks.
Yeah.
Right? So, but we don't, especially nowadays, we don't go anywhere out there. And Doug and I do not read enough comics to review comics on a regular basis. However, if you guys are into comics and you want to get some more information, you should check out our brother from another podcast over on the...
they just joined a new network. That's why I'm stumbling.
Yeah, no, I'm like, where are they at? They're somewhere. They left us. The Absolute Geek Podcast guys have gone over to their new home. I can subscribe, but I don't even remember what the name is. Flipside. Tales from the Flip Side.
Hey, Charlie Tango.
Charlie Tango, what's going on? Tales from the Flip Side, those guys are over there. They talk comics almost exclusively, right? So you want to get all your comic information, you want to talk about the latest comics coming out, Tales from the Flip Side, over there. You can check out all the guys from the Absolute Geek Podcast there on Saturday nights. All right, guys. So, let's talk news. We've got our fan questions out of the way. Really appreciate that, guys. You can contact any of us with information. You can check out our tweet. You can tweet to us.
Come on, show your age a little more.
I tweeted. I only tweet. I tweeted twice.
Wow.
No, I don't use Twitter that much, as you can tell. But yeah, you can tweet to us down below with our Doug, Kirsten, and I all have Twitter accounts, so you can check us out. Yeah, okay, Boomer. Nice. Thanks, Charlie Tango. We are the Grizzled Geek. Yes. But yeah, it's...
Dang it. Charlie Tango sent us a dad joke, and I can't find it now.
Oh, yeah, it was in Twitter. He told it to us.
Oh, yeah, that's right. God. It was in Twitter, not Messenger.
He twit-faced us.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, yeah, it's a visual joke, though. You got to have a...
Yeah.
At least the last one he said was...
You should retweet it. Anyone who follows you can look at it there.
Retweet it, yes.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a visual joke. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was a dad joke, but it's not. It's a visual joke.
All right, guys. Let's jump into this week. Our top story, Wonder Woman 1984. It's going to HBO, guys. HBO. Yeah. So after a long debate as to whether Wonder Woman 1984 would remain on its theatrical release for Christmas, or would it go to HBO Max, the decision was, why not both? We'll try both. How about that? So it'll be released in theaters, ones that are open anyway, on December 25th, and at the same time, it's going to hit HBO Max at no additional cost. Right? So unlike Mulan...
I gotta go tell Armando this immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be, HBO Max. And the studio did this for a number of reasons, right? They feared that any further delays would cause the sequel to feel stale, which I don't
Yeah.
2, they thought that next year's release, once movies are going to be released, it's going to be jam packed, right?
Yeah.
There's like a lineup of movies ready to be released. So, which again, I don't buy that one either because it's Wonder Woman, right? This would be hit no matter what. But the other thing is, the execs wanted to drive business to HBO Max, to the streaming service, because they are falling far behind in third place behind Disney Plus and Netflix.
Yeah.
So, will it drive long term subs to HBO Max? I don't know, because they still have that free 1 month trial. Really, you could see it for free if you. I mean, I'm not telling people to do that. Don't do that. But people could.
I would not be surprised if the 1 month trial went away by December 25th.
Yeah, December 25th. Shut it right off. Boom. Too late. But still, even pay for a month and drop it, kind of thing. We'll see January 25th. How many?
Yeah.
Regardless, there's no way. Experts say there is no way to calculate this as anything but a massive loss of money. Right.
Yeah.
No matter how you slice it. The first movie made $1 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
200,000 to make. This one cost more to make, right? And they've already lost a bunch of money sitting on it. Now, there's no way to recoup that cost, right?
Hey, only 67 million people need to sign up for HBO Max to get $1 billion out of it.
To get $1 billion.
Thing that bothers the heck out of me. Like, why did they not just release like a lower budget movie to get people drawn to HBO Max, then charge a little fee to be able to see Wonder Woman, and then from here on out release all the movies on HBO Max, and then still release them in theaters later when everyone else is able to come see it? Like, I don't understand why they're not making full profits, or like the consideration for full profits out of this.
Because you're not thinking about this like execs who are watching their bonuses get flushed down the toilet this year.
Yeah,
they're like,
they could come back next year with double the bonus that they were.
But that's
going
not
to
this
get.
year. That's
Oh my god!
You got to think like a studio exec. That's not money in my pocket this year.
I hate it.
But if HBO Max numbers go up,
Now, to be fair, the life of a studio exec is pretty precarious.
That's true. I got to mix that money now.
That's true.
Many
Fair
of these
point.
guys are looking at if you don't fix this, despite everything that's going on, you're out.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, these guys are like, we're out the door anyway with this year we're having, so we got to do this. Charlie Tango says the original half the original box office was international, and everybody, especially China, is handling the virus better than us. True, but Europe is still shut down.
Yeah, they went back into shutdown now.
Yeah.
So,
and China's, I think their theater industry is operating at 40% right now. So, I mean, it's still going to be released internationally. It's still going to make money in theaters.
The thing is,
but it's not going to make.
Yeah, those markets were open for things like Inception. Not Inception. What was the stupid Tenet?
Tenet, yeah.
And that didn't help it at all. So,
Charlie Tango says, "This is the folks running DC and the DCFU. Did I hear the word 'think' escape your lips?" This is true.
True.
True. So, regarding that massive loss of money, we have a quote here from an analyst who says they're going to make less money for the greater good of building HBO Max, says Rich Greenfield, the media analyst at Lightshed Partners. This is putting the long-term future of the company ahead of profits. It's far less about driving new subscribers as it is getting people to know HBO Max exists. They have people who pay for HBO Max and don't even use it.
Yeah, because they don't put out anything worth seeing. God, they're so frustrating. I hate all of this.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. The greater good.
The greater good of her.
They're solving world hunger here, you guys.
Yes, exactly. Hey,
Oh.
What I don't know when studios are going to realize that if you're not in the game already, you better come with some big guns blaring like Disney did, or you're not getting into the game.
Yeah.
You're gonna be, struggling to just, get those people who sign up and then forget to cancel when they realize you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point. Tenet isn't Wonder Woman, but you're right. There'll be huge money. So then why wasn't Tenet the thing they put on first without money and then charge people for Wonder Woman?
Christopher Nolan wouldn't let it. Christopher Nolan was insistent in going to theaters despite losing money to help the theaters out.
What about going to HBO now that it's already been out in theaters? Make more money off of it, right?
It's true.
What theater or what?
Tenet, I don't know what studio put out Tenet.
I don't know what studio put Tenet out, so I don't know if they're partnered with HBO.
Right. Tenet.
Yeah, Charlie Tango's right. Disney had two huge advantages. One, a big back catalog, and two, they hit the gates running with a lot of original programming that they got done before COVID. Now, some of it was more family oriented, like the Muppets and a lot of the backstage stuff, but they had plenty of, they came at it with a lot of different content for a lot of different people right out of the gates. Not like, hey, we've got these few movies and we're going to put out this thing in a month and this thing a year from now, and that's it.
Yeah. Tenet is Warner Brothers, by the way, so they could.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's crazy. I don't understand. HBO Max might get there if it's depending on the DC stuff, but although, I don't know. We'll see. We got some more news about Snyder Cut and a little bit about Green Lantern, but, I don't know.
Yeah.
Disney had a leg up because they have some of the most popular franchises, some of the biggest franchises ever.
Right.
So Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney itself is a brand that has dedicated followers, right? They watch everything Disney.
Right. And if you look at it from that perspective, you can go, hey, I'm paying, whatever. If you got the whole full bundle with all three things, you're paying $1 more than HBO Max in order to get, in most years, not this year obviously, in most years, 3 Marvel movies, a Pixar movie or two, a couple of Disney Studios animation films, and probably something live action every year that you may have bought if your family was big into Disney. You may have bought every year, in previous years. You would have bought the Blu-ray or whatever. Right. Now you're getting all of that, and it's coming. And at some point they're going to make another Star Wars movie, and that will eventually get there. And then that they're doing all of these other things in those franchises. Whereas something like HBO Max, you're going, all right, they're going to make a Green Lantern series that might last a month, but might last the season.
Might be good, maybe
more. Might be good, but not. So the rest of that universe hasn't inspired me to assume that it's going to.
Yeah, true. Charlie Tango did point it. He's like, plus all the stuff they got from Fox merger and sports on the ESPN side of it for people.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I can't believe HBO Max is charging $15 a month.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. You're charging $1 less than Disney is, and if you do, and that's for the Disney bundle. You get Disney Plus, you get Hulu, and you get ESPN Plus.
Yeah, exactly. At one time, the HBO name could pull those kind of numbers, right? At one time.
Well, and that was,
but
only
HBO's not what it was
going on.
Yeah, they had some hit shows. They had, but now I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, in the cable days, or even in in the cable days, HBO was the movie dumping house. It wasn't anything like, they had like a couple of original shows.
Right.
But
they're good documentaries, but I will say this: Disney also has Marvel. They don't have a whole lot of original content right now. They do. They have a lot of like family stuff, right? They have a lot of documentaries. They have the Mandalorian, which is crazy, but they've banked. They got like almost four Marvel series in the can, and they've got 3 more in production. Right, that are starting production now. They've got set photos of Kamala Khan, right, from on her set, right. So they got WandaVision done. They've got Falcon and Winter Soldier done. They're wrapping up on Loki, right. They're starting production on Hawkeye, on Miss Marvel, and they're getting ready to do She-Hulk this summer. So they've got all this original programming coming out.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, I agree, Charlie Tango. That's when they were putting out top line original stuff. I agree. They're not. HBO now is not the HBO of old, and right now they don't have a whole lot going for them. And I don't think, if I had to make a prediction, I don't think Wonder Woman is their answer. I don't think losing all that money on Wonder Woman is the answer. I don't know. I would have had a premium charge for it, right? Maybe not $30 like Mulan, right? But they would have recouped, because you would have got people to sign up for a month, right? They'd get the same thing they wanted, because they'd get people to sign up, so they'd have HBO Max, they'd see what's on there, which is what they're doing.
Maybe not.
You don't think so?
People paid $30 for Mulan because the majority of people already had a Disney Plus account. Mm. You're trying to pull people in with hey, come watch Wonder Woman. Pay us $15. Oh, now that you've paid us $15, pay us another $15 to actually watch Wonder Woman. And our other exhaustive catalog of crap.
Yeah, of crap. No, Armando's correct. He's got the Doom Patrol, and it shows some DC Universe went over to HBO. I agree, they have that. But here's the thing from DC Universe: Swamp Thing was good, and it's not moving over there. It's gone to, or was it USA or wherever it went, right? And they didn't finish the series because it got cut 3 episodes in. Doom Patrol went over there, and because of COVID shutdowns, they didn't finish it, right? So we left on a cliffhanger before the final that we never got, right? And Doom Patrol is the one good shining thing from DC Universe over there, because Titans, you know what? I've watched seasons 1 and 2 of Titans, and I may hate myself, but I'll probably watch the 3rd one too. But it's an abusive relationship with Titans. I keep going back for more, and I don't. I regret it every time. You think it's I don't know, because I want it to be good, and parts of it are.
Yeah, but just overall, not the Titans parts.
Just not the Titans part. Everybody else is good. All right, so.
Let's talk about stuff that is good.
Let's get out of stop talking about DC and talk about something good.
I mean, here's the thing: is I probably will pay the $15 to watch Wonder Woman. Yeah. If the free trial isn't there, I will probably pay it to watch Wonder Woman, because it's going to get spoiled for you otherwise.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna watch it.
Keep it. Yeah. But I'm not going to keep it. There's no way. Anyways, let's talk about Deadpool 3. Although Mike can't type, so I'm going to ask him what this first line says. Deadpool 3 is happening and will... is that a question?
We'll bring. I missed one word.
And will bring Deadpool into the MCU. Okay.
Yes.
Which will be interesting. Ryan Reynolds is signed on to return, but he's the only one of the cast.
Yeah.
So we don't know about Teenage Negasonic. Warhead, that's it. That was all Nuke. Or Colossus.
Yeah.
But anyways, writing sister team of Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux have signed on to write. The team that team of writers is currently the showrunners for The Great North on Fox and have won Emmys for an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. In fact, Ryan Reynolds tweeted out to announce this. He tweeted out a picture of Bob's Burger with Deadpool swords on his back. So the Bob from Bob's Burger.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I wonder which episode they got the Emmy for.
I don't know.
I love Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is great. That's great. This is amazing. The trades have confirmed that the Deadpool 3 will have an R rating, so it's
uncertain how it will interact with the rest of the MCU and Disney in general.
Yeah.
Because Disney has been open to Fox things still being R.
Right.
They just don't want the Disney logo on it. So how that will mesh with the MCU will be interesting to see.
Didn't Disney wasn't Touchstone their...
I don't know if they Touchstone? Had one. I don't know if it was Touchstone or not.
There was something. There was, I forget what it was, but they had like a kind of an not adult, but it was where they put the R-rated stuff from Disney. They had a brand for it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it was Touchstone. Touchstone Pictures was created and owned by the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah. Touchstone.
That's where things like Nightmare Before Christmas, Pretty Woman, Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Although Who Framed Roger Rabbit and The Nightmare Before Christmas, well, probably because they weren't R. They are on Disney Plus.
Yeah, but they're not R-rated.
So yeah, they're not R-rated. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's where I guess that it's stopped publishing in 2018. But they've got Fox now, so
they got Fox
Studios, so they don't need that.
All right, so what do we think? Are we excited for Deadpool 3?
Of course.
Do you want him in the MCU though? I mean,
not really. Tangential. Yeah. Here's the thing: I don't want him in MCU movies, but I don't care if MCU. I would love if MCU people went into Deadpool movies.
Yes,
for sure.
Then it's like the whole fourth wall, like him commenting on the MCU, even though he's not actually in the MCU. So that would be cool. And I could totally see, Chris Hemsworth getting in there. You might even get Robert Downey Jr. to give a cameo in a Deadpool movie or something like that. So there's a lot you could probably do.
Yeah. Yeah, Tritangle says it still get the Marvel branding, but it will be released through something like Searchlight or whatever that releasing house is now. It's House of Mouse. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it will have the Marvel branding, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't think he should be in the MCU, but I would love seeing the MCU interact with him. So, yeah. Armando says he wants him to do the Stan Lee cameos. Yeah, have Deadpool show up. The background, various things.
Eating a burrito or something.
Yeah.
Or chimichanga, I should say.
Yeah, just spot the Deadpool in the background of a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or reality jumping Loki doing Stan Lee cameos. Yeah, it's true. Have you heard? I mean, we'll get into the Loki news here later, but yeah, that Loki series sounds crazy. So I'm excited for it. All right, guys.
That's it for Deadpool.
Is that it for Deadpool? We got nothing else? You got nothing else?
Yeah.
Nothing? Okay. Well, what do we got coming up next? Oh, yeah. We got... It's time for Wee World, folks.
Woohoo! Coming in hot with some of the best news, or maybe most depressing news we have up on the docket.
Depending on how you look at it, I guess.
The live-action Cowboy Bebop series for Netflix has ramped up production. Much like Stranger Things, they took the time off to polish up the scripts, and now there are several new characters for the series, which includes Jeff Stoltz, Stargirl, has been cast as Shalimers? I'm not quite sure who that is. Jet's ex-partners. Law and Order SVU veteran Tamara Tooney has been cast as Anna, the Martian bar owner. Mason Alexander Park has been casted as Gren. Rachel House, who's previously played Topaz in Thor Ragnarok, has been cast as gender-bent version of Mao. And lastly brings us to the two characters, Shin and Lin, who were brothers in the anime series. The Netflix show describes them as twins, with one of them being a girl, Anne Trung, who will portray the gender-bent version of Shin, and how Shwanda plays Lin.
Lynn. Okay, so the brothers are now going to be brother and sister now. Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think wasn't Gren from the Jupiter Jazz episodes?
I don't remember. I'm so bad at names.
I'm trying to. Yeah.
What they look like.
I'm trying to rack my brain to remember who these characters are. Because I'm like, okay, I remember. Okay. Anna, I know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Mao.
And Rachel House is.
She's the Grandmaster's. Yeah, she's the Grandmaster's assistant in Thor. Yeah.
I think she's Maori.
Maori. Yeah,
I
think so too. But so yeah, I don't know. When they start, I mean, it's hard to remember who some of these characters are in the series.
Yeah.
Because they're not the main ones. And then when they start, switching to sexes, I'm kind of like, okay, now I'm really trying to rack my brain on who's who.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, I don't remember. How do we feel?
Are they recreating? Are they recreating the show, or is it like new adventures of the people?
I don't know. It's just a live action version of the anime. Yeah. So far, what's the score on the live action versions of anime, Kirsten? What's the how much good to bad? What's this?
I'd say it's probably like 1 to 10. Like for every 10 movies that get put out, only one of them is half decent.
Yeah.
And that's saying something considering we don't get live actions that often. So.
Yeah. Like, it seems like I don't know why anime specific. It's like it's the curse of the video game movies.
Yeah.
Right. The anime versions usually tend to not.
I don't know. See, I feel like game movies have always had at least a half decent version, if not being entertaining, being hilariously terrible. Right? Like, at least they're enjoyable and entertaining to watch, whereas, like, anime movies, it's just pure disappointment. It's like, you didn't even try. There's nothing similar. I don't understand why you took that with that character. Like, there are changes for no reason whatsoever. Right.
Hey, Charlie Tango says he thinks I'm right about... Again, so, yeah. See? My memory's not all lost yet, but... yeah, it's... I don't know. I kind of agree with Charlie Tango. I can't help but be excited for this just because I love Cowboy Bebop so much, right? There's very few animes that I just really got into, right?
Yeah.
And Cowboy Bebop was one of them. That Trigun were the two that I was like, I was all in. All in. But again, one, it's a live action version, and two, it's Netflix. Yeah. So... It's got two hurdles. It's got to flip that coin twice. Land up heads both times. So, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter how terrible every anime movie has been. We're still going to watch it, and we're going to be disappointed, and that's just how it goes. You could pretend like it doesn't exist, but then you're going to hear from everyone how terrible it is, and you have to watch it yourself. Be like, oh, yeah, that was absolutely horrific.
Yeah. I still remember the Death Note movie.
I still haven't seen that one.
You refuse? I'm not going to see it.
I know we started watching the series, and after that, I kept going for a little while, but then never finished.
Yeah, but you guys got us into the series, right? And then Kirsten, you got us into it, and we're like, okay, I like this. Let me check out the Netflix live action. And I was just like, oh.
But why?
But why?
Yeah, Charlie Tango says it looks like they're trying to do it right, which is fair. I feel like Netflix has done a really good job of trying to stay true to the shows that they're interpreting, right?
Yeah.
I have little faith in anyone trying to bring back any anime just because I've been burnt so many times. So
right, I've been hurt. It's like me and Titans going back again for more abuse. Yeah. I hope it's good. We're all gonna see it, so it's not like it's
yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I gotta go see it. Look at Charlie Tango bringing up Super Mario Brothers. Come on, man.
See, that movie, that is a perfect example of maybe it wasn't a great movie, but it was super entertaining.
It was entertaining.
It was.
I've had to show that to people just to prove that it is as bad. It is what it is.
It was
right?
as bad as you. Because everyone glorifies it, right? They're like, "Oh, it was a great movie, fantastic," and then you rewatch it, and you're like, "Wow, yeah, no, that was
that was pretty bad."
Great.
Their last name was Mario. It was Mario, and Luigi Mario. All right, but here's the thing: Netflix they have kind of pivoted in a big way, a big chunk of their business with anime, right? So you figure if they're going to do that, they don't want to, piss off anime fans. They're going to want to have something.
They're still going to watch anime. You're going to.
Yeah,
I mean, even with what are they doing? They're doing Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to screw that up too. But am I going to stop watching anime? No.
Look, here's the thing: they can't screw it up worse than
it already has been.
Than it already has been screwed up live action, right? So anything they do. Thank you for the burrito. He fed on air live. Thank you. So anything they do is going to be great in comparison, right? I mean,
it could be equally as bad.
The bar was set so low. I think they would have
very low.
You would have to try hard to be as bad as it was.
No, I think in order for it to be bad, they would have to take the characters and not portray them as they should be. Like they were to take the idea of the characters and put them in and behave in situations that aren't true to the characters, and that would make it worse.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm excited for the future adventures of Ong. So. All right, guys. I don't know. All right, moving on. It's time. Nerd Nuggets, folks.
Nerd Nuggets.
Our smaller stories that are just perfect with dipping sauce. Here we go. Jump into it. First one is there's no official announcement, but speculation is high about Groot appearing in Thor: Love and Thunder as Vin Diesel arrives in Australia. Now, the only thing about this is normally you figure they don't need him, right? Because he has the voice work afterwards. Mm-hmm. So why would he be down there on set? But he's been on the set for all the Groot stuff, right? So I don't know why. He just feels, he's there. Usually, the physical Groot when they film is James Gunn's younger brother, right?
Oh, really?
Is he? No, he's Rocket. He does Rocket. So I don't know. Maybe Vin Diesel does Groot. I don't know. Maybe he's just taking a vacation in Australia.
Maybe.
During COVID. Maybe. I don't know.
I just realized that I have never thought of, but realized I deeply need a picture of Vin Diesel and Dave Bautista together. Does that exist on the internet?
Does that exist?
That.
Yeah. I'm going to check that out.
Probably. All right. Let's move on to a real head scratcher.
Let me answer real quick. Armando asked if Love and Thunder is going to be a sequel, but not a sequel to Guardians 3. It's a Thor sequel, but we already confirmed Chris Pratt's going to be in it. And if Groot's going to be in it, it would make sense because they have to... The way they left off, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be after Thor: Love and Thunder. And last we saw Thor, he's with Guardians of the Galaxy. So they got to,
resolve that somehow.
They got to resolve that somehow, but yes. Yeah. Gives me Guardians of the Galaxy 2.5. All right, Doug, sorry.
This is the real head scratcher. This does not make any sense to me. They are making a live-action / CG Pink Panther movie by the director of Sonic the Hedgehog, Jeff Fowler. It is not following Inspector Clouseau as the Pink Panther movies did in the, 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
It is, the Peter Sellers movies. It's about the Silent Pink Cat from the 50s and 60s cartoon.
I mean, dude, I love the Pink Panther movies.
I mean, has 5-minute adventures on little those cartoon shows that you watched a bunch of different cartoons where they were all 5 minutes long and then you moved on to the next.
Yeah, so exactly. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
This makes zero sense.
I was super excited when I heard about this. I'm like, Pink Panther. I love the Pink Panther movies. Oh, it's not about Inspector Clouseau. Why do I care? I agree with Charlie Tangle's sentiment there. It's like, why? Yeah.
No. The vast majority of people alive right now have no idea who the Pink Panther is.
Right.
It's like...
Didn't they just... There was something else I feel like they said that they were going to redo live action. It was like Looney Tunes or something like that. I can't remember. They're like planning on doing a movie where it's like real people, right? Like Roger Rabbit themed with like
Space Jam. They're doing a Space Jam sequel.
What? I don't think it is. It was someone ridiculous that was like, I don't.
You're like, why?
One wants that.
No one wants this. Yeah.
I went a little too far back. It was 1969 is when it came out. But yeah, it's super old.
Yeah. Pink Panther. What? A movie about a giant pink panther that doesn't talk. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, when I was a kid, I liked Pink Panther little shorts, but I much preferred the Inspector Clouseau movies with Peter Sellers because they were hilarious. All right, Kirsten. Give us the good news.
Well, nothing else matters other than this news in particular. So, just in case you weren't aware of this huge news, Shark Boy and Lava Girl are back. Robert Rodriguez brings them back as parents in the new Netflix movie, We Can Be Heroes. Taylor Dooley will return as Lava Girl, but sadly Taylor Lautner will not be back as Shark Boy.
What's Taylor Lautner doing that he can't come back for Shark?
I'm too good for Shark Boy. Like,
yeah, I did Twilight. I'm too good for Shark Boy. What have you done since that? I'm like, yeah. And they're dressed up too. They're dressed up in the new adult outfits of their costumes.
I love it so much. It looks so good. I cannot wait.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl, or We Could Be Heroes movie. Yeah, I had to put that in here because I'm like, oh, Kirsten will love this.
You were not wrong.
I'm like, really, Taylor Lautner? You're too good for what gave you the start back in the day. All right, so let's talk a little more DC news, because if Wonder Woman can't save HBO Max, maybe Zack Snyder can. So, as we got more and more news about Zack Snyder's Justice League, we kept getting, it kept sounding like it was growing, and we're like, wow, this sounds like a lot more than the Justice League movie. Like Doug said, this is Zack Snyder's miniseries, Justice League miniseries, not a movie. Not his cut of the movie. So, currently, it's set for a 4-episode run, right? 4 episodes. However, recently Snyder has confirmed that he has 6 chapters and an epilogue planned. 6 chapters and an epilogue. Now, I'm not saying he's going to get all those, right? Or he's going to cram that, but that's how the story's written, right? And, will it end up being a miniseries format? If it's... What's the cutoff for that, Doug, for miniseries format? Is it over 5 or 6? I don't know what the lingo is. It's like
I don't know, because I would have previously said 8, but now we're getting that's a season for a lot of shows nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you ready for 6 episodes and an epilogue of Justice League, Doug?
No.
No.
That's just me being pedantic. I'm. It depends on what they show. If they start pumping this up and it looks like 6 chapters in an epilogue of Batman v Superman or something along those lines, I'm like, man.
So they got to tell the original movie in like 1 or 2 episodes, right? And then they got to tell the story of, Darkseid attacking, and then we got to have the Injustice League or Legion of Doom set up, right?
Yeah.
This is a series. I don't. I'm like, what is going on here with the Zack Snyder Justice League? And depending on how desperate people are for HBO Max to get numbers, they might give it to them.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Because it's the only thing really drawing this kind of buzz, right, about HBO Max right now. So...
Martha.
Charlie Tango.
Armando reminded me the show that I was thinking of. They're doing a live action Tom and Jerry, where Tom and Jerry are cartoon characters in real life, just like Roger Rabbit style.
Ugh.
Like,
Man.
who said they wanted it?
No one.
I need to tie them up. Whatever executive was like, that's a good idea. No, it's not.
Here's the problem with those kind of that and the Pink Panther both. The big problem is you missed your window. Mm-hmm. The people who grew up with those have kids who are not quite old enough to have kids of their own. Or if they do, they're way too young to go see that. So there's nobody for you to go, hey, this was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid. Yeah. Let me take you to see it. You've lost that opportunity. If
like I like Tom and Jerry, right?
Yeah,
like a Tom and Jerry short.
If it had come out 12 years ago, you probably would have taken your kids to see it.
Yeah, exactly.
But now they're gonna look at you and go, "This was stupid. Why did we do this?"
Plus, here's the thing. Think about this: if they're gonna do live action Tom and Jerry, it's gonna be subject to the ratings that we have nowadays, right? Nope. Can you do Tom and Jerry justice as a PG movie?
They are the model for not to this extent, Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it was all about Jerry abusing Tom. Yeah,
you can't do that kind of stuff in live action. And do we want to see a neutered Tom and Jerry movie? Really? I mean, I just yeah. No, nobody remembers who they are.
Yeah. All right. Here, let's go to some exciting news. I'm pretty jazzed for this. We get our first reveal of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind coaster ride at Disney World's Epcot Center. The ride will debut next summer and replaces the Universe of Energy show space, which was a huge show space.
Yeah.
But for a really kind of boring ride. But it wasn't even a ride. It was like an attraction that was you just go through like, oh, look at all of these different types of energy we've had over the ages. It was a learning tour, but whatever. The Cosmic Rewind looks pretty cool.
Did you read about how the carts themselves can move on the track? So it's a track roller coaster, right?
And then the cart can rotate.
Yeah,
on the track.
It can move side to side, up and down. It can actually rotate.
Yeah, and it's an indoor-outdoor coaster. So it's part of the time you're out of the show building, and then you go through little like pods that have scenes within them. So it's going to be pretty interesting, pretty intriguing ride.
Yeah, super excited. All right, what do we got next, Kirsten?
We have some depressing news. Live action of Last of Us series has been greenlit by HBO. The hit PlayStation game has a lot of talent behind it, with Craig Mazin, the writer and producer behind HBO's Emmy Award-winning series Chernobyl, working with Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann.
I don't know. I have very strong and mixed emotions about The Last of Us. When I hear the name The Last of Us, it generates an emotional response, and I don't know how I feel about this coming to live action. Depending, are they retelling the first story, or
I don't want them to touch it.
I know it's so good.
Yeah. The stories were so good, and there's a lot of debate on whether the last one was good or not. But I think in and of itself, as a whole story, it was good together. And I think if they changed anything about it, it would no longer be a good story. So unless they are going to a T, just play out exactly what happens in the game, which I'm all for. Totally would see that. I worry a lot about how that's going to turn out.
Right. Let's put it this way. I hate the last game. It's a great story.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. I hate it. But it's an amazing story.
Fantastic story.
Yes. The Last of Us. All right, so we'll wrap up with a little bit of news here. We mentioned, Doug was pointing out, is the Green Lantern series going to be any good on HBO Max?
Oh.
Well, we got a little bit of news about it. It has been confirmed that it is going to get a mature rating, which I guess is the TV equivalent of an R, I guess. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's, I think shows like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead were mature.
Yeah.
We're going to get full frontal Guy Gardner in this? I mean, what are we... Why is it going to be mature? For
give him freedom for Guy Gardner to swear, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Violent, be a little more violent.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't seem... I don't
know.
Green Lantern doesn't really lend itself to... Some things make sense. Deadpool makes sense being rated R, right?
Is that all we found out? Is it's going to get a mature rating?
It's getting a mature rating.
And no explanation of why?
Okay, we got some descriptions here of some of the characters breakdown, so we can go over that. We got Guy Gardner is being described as a white male in his 30s, a hulking mass of masculinity, as rendered in the comics. Guy is a personification of hyper-patriotism found in the 80s that birthed Hulk Hogan, Rambo. However, Guy is still likable. He might act foolish, but he's not a fool. Guy loves his daughter and wife. Okay. With all his hard partying, fast driving, hot-tempered heart. But like many alpha males, there's a deep undercurrent of pain driving it all. Does that sound like Guy Gardner? It sounds like they've taken some liberties with Guy Gardner there a little bit. But
yeah, I don't remember him having family.
Yeah, I don't remember that either. But all right, you want to hear the Alan Scott description?
Sure. There's why. He's going to be in World War II. You can do a lot with World War II and a mature rating.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Alan Scott's going to be World War II. White male, 28 years old. From the outside, Alan is the model of the early 1940s. The image of a G-man. Alan is handsome, clean-shaven, well-dressed, without hair out of place. He has spent his young life trying to personify truth, justice, and the American way. He's already a household name in L.A. and is seen as a hero thanks to positive press coverage. However, for all of Alan's honesty, there is one huge lie that follows him. Of a gay man. A fact that in his era could cost him his job and even his life. So they kind of played that card in Doom Patrol really well, I think. But I don't know. I guess they're going to, see if they can do it again, do it justice in Green Lantern as well. So they take us...
To answer Charlie Tango's question, it was Kyle Rayner. Had his significant other murdered and stuffed in a fridge.
Yeah. And didn't that become like a trope? A comic trope now?
I don't know.
To fridge somebody? Yeah. Get his girlfriend fridged? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That's our weekly wrap-up of nerd news for you. Everything you need to know about the Week in Geek. We got it right here for you. And we'll do it again next week. So, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all. Yeah. A special shout-out to our patrons who have stuck with us through all this. And we want to give a warm welcome back to all our RWBY fans out there who are coming back in droves to check out our first episode. The way it's going to work, guys, just so you know, RWBY is going to be released on Patreon on early, and then it'll be on RWBY Tuesdays a week after it debuts. So, all right. And we also have some other stuff coming up here. We've put a early look at another RWBY AMV on Patreon. We're going to get some more videos up there for the guys. So, if you want to become a patron, You can follow the link down below and join them. And there's other ways to support the channel. Doug, what is that?
Well, we got a Teespring store. You can kind of see in the background there. We're wearing some of the shirts. We've got some masks, some other podcast attire, and Grizzled Geek attire. But the best way to support us, especially during this holiday season, is click that Amazon affiliate link. Wherever it goes, you don't have to buy that. You can any shopping you do after clicking the link within 24 hours. We get a small kickback. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and you know you're going to shop through Amazon. So just click that link.
That's right. Get us that Bezos money. Thanks, guys. Charlie Tango, you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving as well, sir. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.